right, what is going on, guys? It is time for another episode of the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Here we go, episode 80, the final 20, before we get to our 100th episode. That's crazy, 100 episodes. That is definitely not where I expected to be, but here we are. I think the stat is 14 episodes of a podcast. If you make it past 14 episodes, you know you're going to keep going with it. So happy to report we are almost there. But anyway, that's enough about what is coming up, I guess. Let's talk about today's show. Today's show, we're going to be in the Bivouac with Patrick Reyes, rally racer, race organizer, Dakar entrant, and all sorts of fun stuff. So we're going to be talking to him a little bit about what is going on with his events and what he is doing, some of his experience, and what he has been up to. So I got to meet Patrick back in the Baja Rally days, him and his wife, Romina. So we're all part of the timing and scoring conglomerate crew, sleepless nights, all that fun stuff. So lots of fun. But yeah, so if you guys have been tuning in and playing the home game, listening to all the different episodes, you know, the last episode we were talking a little bit about the Dakar Rally, and we've got a bunch of Americans headed out there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode and everything was good. And I'm curious to see what questions you guys may have. I think that is definitely an interesting topic. So many Americans headed there. The group is starting to grow more and more and more. More people participating in rally events. Just the general growth of the rally raid sport here in the States and in Mexico and everywhere for that matter. But at least on this side of the pond, right? So let's get this link thing going here. Mute that. It's like mission control here, trying to get this all done. No, don't want to do that. Let's go to the tools. All right, here we go. Clicking the link. There's like 63 steps just to make this happen, but all in good fun. So we've got some stuff going on. I mean, August, that's Kota Rally registration is now done. So September is the Rally Raid event. So looking forward to seeing what we got going on for that one. Let's turn down the party a little bit here. A little further. But anyway, yeah, so Kota Rally coming up, and then right after that, we're gonna get right into Rally Month. Baja Rally, this is Morocco Rally. Then you've got the Nora 500 also coming up. All sorts of stuff going down. Speaking of Nora, I hope you guys had a chance to listen to the podcast episode with Eliseo Garcia from the Nora organization, talking about the Mexican 1000 and their change to the rally raid side of things and road books and all of that. And so I'm looking forward to heading down to that event. I think that this road book thing with these events and how they're planning on doing it, the safety aspect and everything, I think that is is definitely a step in the right direction. I think it's going to continue to help grow the sport and what they're doing. So I'm anxiously looking forward to next year and getting some more events under there, but very much excited. All right. So in the meantime, it looks like we've got our guy on the line. Patrick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Victor. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Okay. Where in the world are you at?
I'm in Piedras Negras, Coahuila. That's just a couple hundred yards away from Eagle Pass, Texas.
Nice. All right. What are you doing there, though?
I'm a race director for the Coahuila 1000. That is like a hybrid, but it's quite similar to a Baja style race. Only that for example, here I include refuelings that comes from the rally raid. I stop the guys for 15 minutes. So yeah, this is happening this coming up weekend, the 5th and the 6th of August. So it's 800-kilometer race.
Nice. So is it a loop or one way?
No, it's one way. First day or stage starts in here in Piedras Negras. It's all the way to Cuatro Ciénegas. That's a really nice, cool town.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the magical towns here in Mexico. That's 350 Ks. And the second day is from Cuatro Ciénegas to Torreón.
Mm-hmm.
That is 450 Ks. So it's just over about 800 Ks.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
And what classes for that? What do you guys
we have like cars or trucks,
mm-hmm.
Just as in Baja, class 1, class 9, etc.
Mm-hmm.
We also have UTVs, and we have bikes. We have a couple of guys that also race rally raid. Here we have Santiago Krill from Monkey Business. Mm-hmm. That he races has raced Dakar. Then we have, for example, from Mexico, Pancho Name, that he's WRC race car driver for Subaru. So yeah, there are some good guys on bikes. We have also some fast Mexican guys, a Brazilian. So it's going to be a cool event. Right now, we still have entries open. We're up to about 80 vehicles. So we're going to finish around the 100 mark.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good. 2 days, about 800 kilometers. For those playing the home game, 62 miles per. So 8 times 62, whatever that works out to. But
yeah.
Nice.
No, it's a really cool event. I'd recommend for everyone who is close to the border, close to states, likes racing. Mm-hmm. It's an event that has a lot. Like I don't know another event in the world that has such support from the government. With this year, we have 5 choppers for safety. It's a very cheap event. It's for example, just about over $500. It includes we have a safety tracking with Stella. It includes a $50,000 prize money. There's a raffle of a UTV. There's a raffle of 2 Sherco dirt bikes. Parties. It's going to be a big event. Yeah. So
okay.
So yeah, I'd really. It's a good opportunity. It's a safe event. The state of Coahuila is amazing. The security there is and the support. So yeah, for next year, whoever is into this and close by should come on down.
Yeah, well, no, for sure. I'll put links in the description and get some links to the. I'll start, and obviously I'm going to share some of the content from the Instagram page, but. This kind of sounds like a secret that's being kept. I didn't know it was all that.
Yeah, it's a shame that not more people know about it. No, I've spoken to a few guys like to Ray Del Soglio. I mentioned it to last year at Sonora Rally. I spoke with Ricky Brabeck about it. So yeah, like even right now there's. The social media is going crazy because Robbie Gordon's new UTV that is fabricated by Hyson has just been released at the Coahuila 1000. No, nice. So all over Trophy Bureau, all of these social medias, they're going a bit crazy. You know?
Nice. Well, rightfully so. I mean, that you're right. It did turn into a really hot topic very quickly. So,
yeah.
You know, and I mean, and it's like, you know, which is good, you know, good for him. I think that there was a lot of people that were kind of like, well, you know, hand fabricated everything and all that stuff. And I think that there is going to be a version that obviously he has his hands on and is being built, but it only makes sense if you want to scale this and make it mass production, you need to be able to build them in a cost effective manner. So, you know, why not? So So we'll see. Okay, so how long has that event been going on for? How many years has the Coahuila Mil been around? Oh, I think we might have lost him. So yeah, so let's go back to that one. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of buzz going on. I saw in the last few days about Robbie Gordon's new UTV being released, and then posing. There was a few people, obviously from High Sun, posing in front of a car that is identical to it, and so it's interesting to see. Hey, yeah, I mean, you got to mass produce these things, and so while you may have like a race car option, it would be interesting how. You're going to have a more production built vehicle. And honestly, I mean, to be able to do that in the States, yeah, you can do it. There's certain components, maybe final assembly and that kind of stuff. But, to be honest, is the cost effectiveness of building them abroad and then bringing them in, that's kind of the recipe. I mean, a lot of manufacturers do that. It's not unheard of to have these cars set up and then ultimately being built stateside, for final assembly, final checks and that kind of stuff, which would be cool. I mean, I think that as long as the quality is there and they're able to manufacture it in such a way where they maintain a standard, hey, why not? I mean, the concept of the vehicle is absolutely awesome. I mean, I think that out of all the UTVs that are going to be coming or are out already, I think that this is probably going to be the closest to race ready straight out of the box. So I'm looking forward to seeing I'm looking forward to seeing some of these converted into rally cars, getting the road book navigation stuff in there and everything going down. So let's see if Patrick's back on. Patrick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It kind of cut out, but I'm just. But good.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay, so let's switch gears. So Coahuila Mil in around this time frame in August.
Yeah,
every year.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but there is another event that we got to talk about. I haven't had a chance to make it down to, but let's talk about the Coast to Coast.
Of course. Well, we're bringing it back from a few years on a break. It's happening next year in February, from the 12th to the 17th of February, and it's the same destinations. We start in the port of Veracruz on the Atlantic, and we finish all the way on the other side at magical Puerto Escondido on the Pacific. So it's three states we go through: Veracruz, Puebla, and Oaxaca. It's a 5-stage event. So it's some days are hotels, some days are, for example, one of the nights is we're camping in the middle of it's a really an amazing place. It's a coffee plantation in the middle of Oaxaca. So yeah, we're really working hard at it to make it bigger than it was before. Also, we're introducing 2 more modalities, you could say, in it. That is, it's always been focused. It's a rally raid, but we're introducing a regularity rally for 4x4 trucks, and as well we're introducing an overlanding class. So whoever has a truck that's prepared for overlanding with camp gear and everything, we're also offering that option. So yeah, it's really gonna be awesome. We have a few, well, more than a few, fortunately, sponsors that are entering. So we really want to push to bring also foreigners this coming year. We've had quite a lot of them in the past. For example, from the States, we've had Mike Johnson, we've had Scott Bright come down. So I think everyone has had an awesome time. One of the highlights, I would say, of the event is that absolutely every day is different. We start at on Veracruz. We go to some nice big sand dunes in Chachilacas, where we then finished in Jalcomulco, that is very famous for white water river rafting. And then we had head up towards sort of drier area. It's much more arid. It's colder. It's flatlands. Then we entered the desert again to go down to Oaxaca. The Oaxaca is one of the most touristic cities right now in the world. It's so culturally, it's so rich. It's a really, really nice city. And then we go up into the woods. Really, it's forest. It's and then we head down back towards the coast to finish in Puerto Escondido. So who has come from abroad has really liked this part of the event. So yeah, in the past we've had a couple of top riders. We had Javier de Soutre that was Factory Yamaha from France a couple of years ago. So that's what we're looking for to invite foreign riders to come down. We're working on getting a customs company or a shipping company to help bring down the bikes or vehicles for whoever wants to come back down from the States or from other countries. So we're also going to have rental bikes, and we have our webpage up and running.
Okay, perfect. What is that? What is the webpage?
The webpage is Coast, and then with a number 2, Coast 2, and again, coast.mx.
Okay. Coast-to-coast.mx.
Coast-to-coast.mx. Right now we're working on putting it precisely in English. Right now it's just in Spanish, but we must have in a couple of weeks the most. We're having it in English. Nice. So yeah, we're also, whoever has any questions about it, I'm here available to answer them. And from the States, we have a couple of cool videos on YouTube. So I'll pass you the link from previous events, so that everyone can check them out. So yeah, we're really excited about it. Working really hard. We're speaking with the government of the three states to secure all the support from them. Everything's going very well with them. Ambulances, federal police, highway patrols, medical services, tourism board. So yeah, we're precisely. As soon as I finished Coahuila, I head back to the center of Mexico and continue working with Coast to Coast.
Nice. Well, I mean, but it's a good thing. I mean, that for a 5-day event, I know it takes a lot of work, to get there, and less than a year away.
Exactly. Yeah, it's nearly 6 months. So and we know these next 6 months are going to go very fast. But yeah, we're very happy to get it back on track. The Coast to Coast. I think we already had lots of good acceptance, no, and we're in great terms with Darren Skilton from Sonora. Darren has come down. Then also as well, Scotty Broman from Baja Rally has also come down and taken part. So we like to partner up with these two big events as well. So to try and gather, well, maybe not a championship, but to help each other out. We've already done it. It's send riders, or help send riders up from the center of Mexico to these events that are on the border, and the other way around.
So let's go back a little bit about the history. Like when and how did the Coast to Coast start? How did it even come about?
Of course. Well, it's 2010. We decided to do our first rally. Wasn't a proper rally race. It was a race from the city of Oaxaca, and 2 days down to the coast to Puerto Escondido. Everything went well. The next year, 2011, we did a few more races. Then we evolved into trying to do a championship where we got the support from Monster Energy. And every event was very tiring. The cost of production was very high, and not everyone could race 3 or 4 events a year. So we decided to instead organize one big race a year that was a coast to coast, and that was our first year doing the coast to coast was 2006. 2016, pardon. I'm sorry. So we did it for 4 years. Stopped it a year. We did it then we exchanged the coast to coast to organize the Roadrunner Rally in Baja and in Los Cabos. That went very well, but we had some internal issues. For example, our partner back then, he went to live to Switzerland. That he's precisely the owner of Nomada's rally, and he gives assistance at rallies in Europe and Dakar and stuff.
Nice.
So now we have it's Romina, my wife, that you know very well, and myself, and we have two new business partners that are also working very hard, very enthusiastic. One of them has a 30-year career organizing sporting events, marathons, triathlons, that stuff. So I think we have a really solid team. Right now we're also we're finishing to build up our whole workforce. We're working with people that are really involved in, for example, these new modalities, that is, for example, overlanding or regularity rallies. So it's going very well, and I think it's going to be a great event.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard, I actually, I remember the year that Scotty went down and I talked to him, and he said, it was really it was a challenge, like any proper rally, it wasn't, everything, it goes without saying, everything was just amazing as far as the terrain and the stages and, the beauty of the place, and its challenges and everything, it's a proper rally. So I remember hearing that, and I'm like, this is one more that I got to get down. But then I think there was a little bit of a break, and I think that was COVID related with the pandemic and all of that. But now it's back. Oop. I think we might have lost him again. Yeah. So, all right, I'll wait for him to jump back in. So he is down in Mexico right now. So a little bit spotty sometimes with the connection. But yeah, so to me, I remember seeing the images and some of the stuff that was going on, riding down the coast, like all of the pictures and stuff like that. They did a really good job covering the event. And it was always amazing to see the terrain. And then, of course, the stories that Scotty brought back when we were discussing that, when we were at, in the Baja Rally talks and stuff like that. So let me see. Patrick, you back?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It cuts out and I can't hear you, but okay, but you're still there. I'm looking to see. I'm like, okay, did it disappear? No, he's still there.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So for this year, you guys are doing it. Registration is already open for Coast to Coast.
Exactly. Yeah, it's open. Precisely, it opened yesterday. We have right now. It's like an early bird quota for the next month, and after that, we're going to have. You can even pay in installments. So yeah, it's going to be great. The price is well, just more or less so that people can get an idea. It's going to be around, it's under $2,000.
Okay.
And then we're also going to have some the hotel packages. Mm-hmm. So we're working closely with a booking company. So they have some really cool deals in whatever as splendid as you want to go. Now, if you want the top hotels or you're no more easygoing, they have the packages that includes meals and everything. Also, something that we're working hard on is for spouses or friends that want to come down. Mm-hmm. During the day, we're going to have some tours. So while the guys are racing, we're going to have this like a tour that's going to take you to some tourism attractions or cultural attractions mm-hmm. that are close by to these to the bivouacs or on the way to the bivouacs. So it's going to be fun. No, people are going to have instead of just traveling all day on the highway or waiting at a bivouac while the race arrives, you're going to have the opportunity to really see around Mexico, get to know it. For example, Oaxaca, they're going to be able to go to visit the Santo Domingo church that is really nice, or the market in Oaxaca. So yeah, we're working hard on this. So yeah, I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, no, and that's I think that's actually a neat concept because I've seen it at the Rally Raids event, here at Baja Rally. I've seen it at Sonora Rally as well, and it's like the support staff and the crew that comes a lot of times is the spouse, is the kids, and so yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, normally it's like we're going to this hotel and you hang out at the beach and just hang out around the hotel, but this is actually kind of cool because then they'll have the opportunity to travel and kind of see the city, see the local sites with somebody that knows, not just wandering off into the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah, it's I think this is going to be very, very successful. Yeah. Because we've, for example, I remember I think it was the last edition of the Coast to Coast. Mm-hmm. We had a big group from Italy that came. It was more or less about 10 Italian guys that came with their families. Also on that trip, I think was Scott Bright was down with Cindy, his wife. So she was, and everyone was in the truck going all day, just on the highway. And yeah, we thought this would be really, really cool, or even more attractive because especially if you're in Europe or something like that, to come to another all the way over the Atlantic to Mexico, you're gonna come for 10 days. So it's a big trip. So yeah. You have to also secure that your wife or spouse or partner is on the project with you,
Yeah. Well, they have something to do, and that I think that's a really cool experience. So that it brings everybody into it. Which is unique. I mean, most of the rallies, when we talk about the Cota Rally or we talk about Sonora or Baja Rally, it's kind of like, well, the families are kind of on their own in the bivouac and to explore the city. So this was actually, I think this is a really good idea, and I think really cool, and especially in such a picturesque and part with so much culture.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So let's talk a little bit. We got. This is Coast to Coast. Are you going to be running it, or are you going to be, or you're part of the organization? Can't be on a bike. Oh, I think it might have dropped out again. So I'll tell you the first story I have of Patrick, and this was every time I got to see him at Baja Rally, he was always on the bike. So he was participating as an entrant in the rally event. And so it was always great to see him. And then, I met his wife, Romina, doing the timing and scoring thing. So it was always funny, she would be at the start of the stage, letting him go and kind of give him the stare, like, watch watch yourself. But I remember the first time I got to see a Rally Factory replica bike. It was the one from Big Guy's Garage. And I mean, it's just an amazing bike. I mean, that was the first time I'd ever laid eyes on one. And it was like all the details, all of the stuff that was involved in these bikes was just spot on. And then you had all the guys from Big Guy's Garage, there helping maintain the bike and doing all of the work and getting it done and making sure Patrick was able to get to the line every day. And so it was really awesome to see that. And so not just an organizer, he comes from also a riding side of it. So let's see, Patrick, you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Yeah. So I was just talking your the Big Guy's Garage when you were on the Rally Factory replica bike at Baja Rally.
Yeah, that was awesome that year. It's the only chance I've had to race a proper factory rally replica, and yeah, it was an amazing opportunity. Precisely thanks to Paul Buchanan, who rests in peace, that lent me that bike. Precisely that bike. Right now, his business partner, Christian, very kindly lent it to me. I have it at my house right now because, as you know, I'm trying to gather the funds to race Dakar. So he's been lending it to me to take it to events, to not use it, but to promote my Dakar project to gather funds. No, so I think whoever goes past is his eye is catched by the amazing bike. No?
Oh yeah. No, and that's like I was saying, is that was the first time I got to lay eyes on a Rally Factory replica. And I mean, those bikes, everything serves a purpose. Everything's in the right spot. I mean, they really are amazing bikes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was going to, I mean, we'll talk here in just a sec about the your Dakar fundraising and what we're doing there. But I'm really curious to know. Okay. So you normally are on a 500, or what's your normal bike of choice?
I normally at the races for KTM 450 enduro. Mm-hmm. I have my training bike is a 450 cross country. Mm-hmm. That's a little a bit older, mm-hmm. but the one I've been racing at, for example, at Sonora last year and some local rallies close to Mexico City is this 450 precisely. I'm getting it in shape for Sonora. Mm-hmm. And Baja Rally, I'm gonna do the trip for, and also I'm gonna organize an assistance mm-hmm. On my own for Mexican riders from the center. So I think we're going to be heading up about 6 riders in between Sonora and Baja Rally. I'm racing both of them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm going to be using this bike to take part in both events.
Yeah. So between the 450, so now this is interesting because the people I've talked to before are normally on the 500s, and then they'll get a chance to ride a 450 rally. Mm-hmm. What do you? I mean, now 450 to 450. What are the differences on the bike? I mean, like the Rally Factory replica versus your race bike. I mean, are there some big differences that you right away notice?
Yeah. The most important for me is in rally terms is the stability. Of enduro 450 enduro. Once you're over 100 Ks, it starts like floating around. It's while that the rally replica is just like an arrow. It doesn't move at all. It's amazing. Also, the brakes, it really is so effective at slowing down, and it's in many areas it's such an impressive bike. For example, its motor is so grunty that's also it stretches so high in the on rev limiter, and well, obviously the amount of gas you can take. Also, all the navigation equipment, and that is, for example, the carbon fiber navigation tower that makes it so easy to ride. No, it's an amazing bike. No, but well, for I'm happy with the bike I have right now. It's the same one I used last year at Sonora, but I've been doing some upgrades. I just did a full engine rebuild. Then a couple of months ago, thanks to Alex Martins at Conflict, he did an amazing suspension on my bike. It's I'm so pleased with how it's handling. Obviously, it has its steering damper. I just
I think it cut out.
I'm there. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, there we go.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm there. So yeah, I put some. I've been doing some upgrades. Then also I'm gonna for Rally Moto Shop. I'm gonna get the Sonora Tower. That's I think my next thing I need before heading up to Baja Rally and Sonora Rally. Nice. And that's about it. No, I have a large 15-liter tank, service gas tank on, and well, that's my race bike. I'd love to have a KTM Rally 450 Rally, but well, I'm saving up for Dakar.
Yeah. So that's a good point. So now let's talk Dakar, because you're gonna spend some time on one of those rally bikes. So yeah, how's that? Is this, well, first of all, first time to Dakar or previous?
Yes, first time.
Nice. So tell me a little bit of, what have you done so far? What stage are you at?
I've been doing all of this year. I organized a fundraiser event where I had many things in one event. I had a rally raid, a small rally. Then I had an adventure ride, and also it was all held inside a road racing racetrack. Also had a track day, and we had food trucks. We had several companies went and put their stands. It was a fun day. Then I have a web page for accepting donations or support. I've been selling T-shirts, keychains, everything to try and get there. I also have been knocking on many doors. It's promising, but I'm a bit bummed that I'm not going to be able to go for 2023. I see it still too far away. I'm not close to the amount of money I need to just the 22nd of July was the last day to pay the first part of the entry, and if you don't gather up the rest, you lose that money. So I'm not at the position to be able to pay the first part of the entry and just lose it. And right now, with the pandemic, with what's all going over in Russia, and also that I maybe have, let's say, knocked on the sponsor doors a bit late. They've already had their budget, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to Dakar in 2023. I'm not losing momentum. I'm thinking of, I'm going to arrive better prepared for 2024. So that's why I'm going to go to Sonora and Baja Rally this year. And keep on going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, this is, getting into the Dakar, just the acceptance letter, just getting to that first part is huge. but
exactly.
but that does not take any whatsoever of the pressure off the rest of the journey. It's just for the first hurdle. So, I mean, it's it'd be great to see you there for 2023, but that just, like, I agree with you, that just makes 2024 that much better.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to see all this, that I don't want to force anything. It has to be the right time for everything. So, for instance, 3 months ago, I had elbow surgery on both of my elbows.
Mm-hmm.
It's an issue I had been dragging around for about 6-7 years. That didn't allow me to train properly. They would lock up sometimes, and I don't know, it's a couple of issues. So I've got that done and dusted, and now I can really focus on my training, and yeah, it's I don't see it so bad for 2024. Also, these months at the end of the year for me, especially this year, is going to be very, very chaotic with the coast to coast.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's happening for some reason, no?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have really loved to be there 2023. It's my dream, and I'm not gonna let it go. I'm gonna keep on going in it, but it's gonna be 2024. So
yeah,
that no biggie.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and it does. I mean, like there's a few guys, like I've talked to, Dave Black, Couch to Dakar. He's somebody that I've been following along, and he's decided to go for it. And it's the same thing, it's like shooting for a couple of years, for him as well. And it's all the preparation, because this is any details left, any doubts, any things like that. I mean, and when you're over there, it's going to be a test. And it's funny, I've known you for years now, and I had no idea that you had the elbow thing. And something about elbows locking up on a dirt bike doesn't sound like fun. So I know for the Dakar, that's going to be a challenge, all the days. And then on top of that, it sounds like this year they extended it 2 stages, plus an additional. Next year, I think they'll probably do the same. I wouldn't see why they would make it shorter. So it's good health-wise that you're strengthening up and getting ready. So let's see. We are on an internet break here for just a second, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here. I'm
okay.
here.
Sorry. So yeah, I'm glad you got that taken care of, because this year's 2 stages longer, and I know next year they're not going to make it shorter.
No. Yeah, it's for something like Dakar, you have to arrive at your 110%. So yeah, I'm right now. I'm at about 90%. My elbows are a bit. They're still healing. I suppose. Well, the doctor says, like, if it would have been the case for 2023, I would have been well. But it's you never know. So I tell you, this way I can arrive stronger for 2024, with more rally raids under my belt, with more experience. Also, I can cause more awareness for sponsors. Like, really something I'm so thankful is with a lot of the Mexican rally and adventure community, of how they really, for example, at my fundraising event, that they took part, or even maybe they just went to eat or bought a t-shirt. So yeah, I'm so pleased, and thanks to all the people that have stepped up to try to support me. Alex Martins at Conflict, Hernan Samaniego, my old business partner at Coast to Coast from Nomadas. So yeah, they're my team, who I'm racing with, local rallies close to Mexico City. So yeah, there are lots of people that really have been amazing, and I tell you, I'm not gonna let go. I'm just gonna keep on pushing.
Yeah. Nice. Well, and I mean, that's what talk about a test, right? I mean, the Dakar, that's what it is. It's the test of pushing and persevering and making it happen. And so it starts long before the Dakar actually does.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit. I mean, and there's a lot of people. So you and I both know that the rally sport here in North America and into parts of South America a little bigger, I think, in some cases, but in North America, Mexico, Baja, and the States, it's growing. So tell me a little bit about your journey into rally. When did you get started in rally?
Of course. Well, I started, I was fortunate to have my dad and my uncles into dirt bikes. One of my uncles was one of the founders of Enduro in Mexico and first KTM importer to Mexico. So I evolved through Enduro. I raced ISDE 3 times, Latin American Championships. Then I got into working. I was a coordinator for the KTM Adventure Tours in Mexico. That's when I really started doing adventure bikes. I remember since very small, I used to watch the Dakar on Speed Channel, stuff from Peter Hansel, Fabrizio Meoni, all of those guys, and I always was so captured for it. And it was, I tell you, until 2010 that we did our first rally. It was a hybrid, totally. Well, it was between spray paints and a little mini road book. I don't know if you remember those Motion Pro tiny road book holders. And it came out well. And then we decided to learn properly how to do a rally raid. So Romina and myself, we went to El Salvador to take FIM cross country seminar with Eric Nevels, that has been the president of the jury at Dakar for about 10 years, and this is how we managed to do a proper rule book and do things like they should. And I tell really, like, for example, I tell you, Monster Energy really supported us back then when we were so small. That's why we survived. And obviously the rally community started growing. They wanted more events. They started preparing their bikes or their vehicles better. And obviously, once I was so into organizing a rally raid, well, Dakar was the must option for me. For me, it's, first of all, it's like I hope it to be the pinnacle of my sporting career, but as well, it's a life project for me. Not only for the sporting aspect, but all like you were saying, like the persevering. First of all, it's just to get to the starting line is going to be a massive deal. To gather that amount of money between work and sponsors and everything is going to be a big deal. And if I manage to finish it, and my goal, first of all, like everyone is try to finish, and without pressuring myself. But I know if everything goes well and I ride as I know how to ride and I navigate as I should, my goal is to try and be one of the top.
Looks like we're on another small internet break.
I'm here.
There it is.
I'm here. So yeah, I thought it's a big deal for me, trying to go get to Dakar in many aspects of my life. So
yeah.
Yeah. I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, so for those, for people that are looking to get into the sport, what's a recommendation you may have for them?
I would really into sports. First of all, if you're either enduro rider or an adventure bike rider, is have fun, learn the skills first of all, and then try and for example with the software, like if you have an event that's close by, a training event that, for example, you guys at California and Arizona have a few each year. Go to those, or with your friends. Create your road book at Rally Navigator, and take it from there. Not pressure yourself. Try to go slow, at the beginning, and in no time you're going to be caught up with the sport, and eager to prepare your bike, go to a bigger race as Sonora, Baja Rally. For example, something that is really cool in Mexico City, I have to shout out for Mauricio Varela, a friend of Mexico City, that he's connected with some guys from Colombia, and they've created a championship and a software it's not a proper competition rally, but it's more just like for the fun of going out. It's they had a training event a couple of months ago where they launched the project, and it's really, you can use your phone or a tablet. They created this Bluetooth thumb switch, and it works, I think, based on Rally Navigator, but with no extra gear than your phone. And this, I tell you, this thumb switch that they rent to you. You can go and try it out and have a go and see how you like it. So yeah, I really feel that it's Rally Raid is gonna, in these next years, really grow, because it's much friendlier sport in many ways. For example, in the ecological way, also for communities, that instead of pre-running and going through and messing up with people's lives, this is just one go, and I think it's really growing. You guys at the States, it's awesome to see how you now have many top factory riders, and to see each time I've been going to Baja Rally, for instance, for, I think my first time was at least 6 years ago, and you always see new faces and new options for the Rally Raid community. So it's I'm very pleased of where it's heading.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do think that it's growing. I mean, here stateside, I have more of a pulse, but tell me about down in Mexico, the Rally Raid community down there. What, do you see it growing as well? And are there any things that you think is holding people back from getting in?
I think one of the reasons it's maybe there are not enough events. For example, we decided to stop doing many events, many small events, and do one big event that was a coast to coast. Right now, for example, with Mauricio Varela, that as it's not a proper race, I think it can pick up very well, because you don't need so much infrastructure. You don't need a medical chopper. You don't need so many staff to be involved. That obviously elevates the price of the events. No, I know that many people have been from the center of Mexico that some years ago were like going to the coast to coast, and this have been on pause because they have the equipment, but they don't know where to use it or don't have who. So I think, like I tell you, with Mauricio Varela, we're gonna team up and really try and help each other out, so that, for example, at his events, people can go and train, have fun, use their equipment, get involved in the sport, and then at the same time, we are going to have the coast to coast down in the center of Mexico, because it's hard for people in the center of Mexico to go to.
Yep. I think I cut out again. Take a small internet break once again. So that's actually one of the questions that I definitely wanted to ask Patrick is the travel side of it. You know, going into the center of Mexico, getting. Yeah. Oh, it sounds like
I'm
you're
here.
back. So
I'm
center.
I'm here.
So you were saying center some of the teams to travel into the center of Mexico.
Yeah, well, from the center of Mexico up to, for example, Sonora, Baja Rally, it's a long distance. Last year, it took me 3 days to get to Sonora, driving from Mexico City. So that's down in the center. We have very few proper rally raid events. We have very few. There are a couple. Well, there's, for example, one champion. It's an amateur championship that is not a rally raid. It's called Bola de Goma. That would be translated into gumball rally. Yeah, that is basically it's with using a GPS, no roadbook, no GPS, and it's been growing very well. No, there are some events that have had over 130 riders. So the adventure rally community in Mexico it's healthy, but it still needs a lot of people to transition into the rally raid. Many people are still afraid of using a roadbook. They think it's going to be complicated. They're going to get lost. But we're trying to show them that it's not an event for only for professionals or expert riders. That they can have a lot of fun, and also that. You don't necessarily have to be the fastest guy to have a good result. You know? Yeah. So yeah, it's right now we're really gonna push and try and get as much people involved in the rally raid scene, obviously to take part at the coast to coast rally.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And so do you guys, as far as training classes and things, are there already events like that down in Mexico City and in around the area?
There are a few events. Really, it's like there are private events. ICE, once in a while get called to organize a private school for example, at the dunes of Chachalaca. That's precisely where it's the first special stage of the coast to coast. So yeah, it still has to be more promoted more. The sport, the rally raid sport. Lots of people are all of these guys who race the gumball rally. All of them follow Dakar. They're really aware of the sport, but they have this bit of they're afraid, and also it's a decisive issue is definitely the cost, the events, for example, the gumball rally is very, very, very cheap. It's really about $150 per event. Nice. It's a 1-day event. So when I tell these guys the cost of going to a Baja Rally Sonora or coast to coast, not everyone can. Unfortunately. So, but I think with Mauricio Varela, with his championship, that is going to be also a low-cost event. It's definitely going to get people involved to try it out and see if they like it. Then they can decide to invest in a proper bike with proper roadbook holder, ICOs, nav tower, etc. So yeah, we're gonna try and put our part of supporting the sport. We're gonna definitely be offering free riding or navigation schools towards the coast to coast in many areas of Mexico, generally the center of Mexico, to get people involved and try and get them take away those fears of that it's too complicated to take part in a rally raid event.
Yeah, in a road book. Yeah, it was something that I was talking to one of the previous guests. It's like if you look at a road book and you don't know what you're looking at, you're just looking at all of these notes. It's a complicated picture. It's busy. There's a lot of stuff going on, and especially if you're looking at a bunch of notes at a time.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
But like it was with Willem Amnan. I'm not sure if you've met him from South Africa.
I've not met him, but I know who he is.
Yeah, and so we were talking about that, and it's like it'll make sense when you get there. Don't worry about what is it going to look like or overcomplicating it. It's just know what a WPM is. Just know what AG is. Just know what D is. Just
Exactly.
It'll make sense when you get there.
Yeah. And it's what I tell them now with modern technology. If you're at one of these events with a Stella or a rally comp, mm-hmm. You can mess up. If you for one reason or other, you end up riding in the wrong direction, they're going to realize and they're going to redirect you towards the way you should go.
Yeah, nobody's going off into the sunset. And it was interesting because I had, so I was chaperoning a rally here stateside. I can't tell you where it was, but I'm sure more or less where it might have been. But it's an event that was in the northern part of the country. And we had an issue with one of the riders, not an issue that it was just, they got turned around and like anything else, sometimes mm-hmm. you get to a fork in the road and it's not that fork in the road. It's the next one.
Yeah.
But your odometer's a little off, a little bit of distrust. And the next thing you know, you're on the wrong track. Well, mm-hmm. with the rally comp, I'm able to see that, okay, well, this is the way that the rally comp is facing. This is his compass. Mm-hmm. And then mm-hmm. I tell them, okay, well, you know what? You need to go to this, turn the bike to this. Okay, now go that way. That's the way to get you back onto the road. So it's really cool, and I don't have personal experience with Stella tracking and how they work, but I know with the rally comp, mm-hmm. you're able to go. So even if you do get lost, get a hold of the organization. They'll be able to get you, at least pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure.
So there is a safety aspect to rally, and then everybody's there to help too. Competitors alike.
It's one of the things I really like from the rally raid community. Everyone is so friendly, so eager to help. If you're missing a spare part or tools, they'll help you out. Last year at Sonora, I remember Mike Johnson and who else with it. It was I can't remember. Someone else helped me out and lent me a clutch pump, slave or clutch slave.
Yeah, the slave cylinder.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone is great. I think it's one of the really cool aspects of the sport that also while you're on the track, that it's you're all a community and you have to help each other out.
Looks like cut out. But he's right. It is a community and helping each other out. And actually, I'm going to ask us. I know he knows the whole group of the guys, and I know him at Baja Rally because they were always the group. They would always stick together. If they started separately, they would wait for themselves like at the first waypoint, and then they would be stopping the whole way. And the whole time they were just stopping, taking pictures, smoke breaks, and doing all this stuff. And so it was always really cool to see that. So yeah, so the community is very important. I mean, it's not it's not that racing mentality like, no, I can't help you because you're the competition.
Yeah, exactly. No. Like here, everyone knows that you have to help each other out. If you're like really out of the desert in in the heat, and you have a breakdown or an accident, you have to stop and help your fellow rider, and that's like one of the statements in the rally raid world. You have to help each other out. You see it also at Dakar. You see it when they're at gas or at a refueling stop or something. Even that they might be on different teams. You see them speaking to each other. Obviously, there's a lot of Dakar is a whole different ball game, but they're friends, they're buddies. They keep together. They know it's a grueling sport. It's especially at that level. It's a very risky sport as well. But and at an amateur level, also I tell you, everyone's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you always see, I mean, the stories, the bivouacs, everybody's, having a good time. And if somebody's struggling, it's not uncommon to see a couple of people from different teams there to help.
Exactly.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. So what's next? So Cahuila Mil coming up.
Yeah.
And then Coast to Coast in February. Correct?
Exactly.
And then, so in February, what kind of weather should people be getting ready for that are going to come down?
It's not scorching hot. It's for example, the Port of Veracruz is a bit. It can be never know, because there's a lot of. It's windy, so there's bad weather. It could be raining, but fortunately, we've never had the issue. It's always been quite nice. Not too hot, not cold at all. Nice. For example, in Oaxaca and up in the mountains, it can be get a bit quite cool at night. We use here centigrades, but it must be about could get down to 17. I'm not sure in Fahrenheit what's that. And then at Puerto Escondido, it's always warm. It's always great. Also, for whoever has not heard of Puerto Escondido, it's one of the top surf destinations in the world. So it's a really cool chilled out town on the coast, where you can find you might find there's Kelly Slater or some big surf guy from Australia or from all over the world. So we have had people that have come to the coast to coast, raced it, and stayed another extra week at Puerto Escondido. So I think it's a good time of the year to organize it. Also, it's, for example, it's not raining at that time. That is important because, for example, in Oaxaca, all the forest roads during a rainy season, there can be some closed roads because of slides. But in February, there's no issue at all. People are very friendly. And it's also we're covered by the support of these 3 states. So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I'm you're saying that. So for those playing the home game over here stateside, 17C is 62 degrees. So that's still good. Really good, actually.
Yeah, that's the coldest it gets. But I would say on average, really, but the coast to coast, that's what's cool about it. We have all types of climates. We've had, for example, we even go up parts of a mountain. You go from sea level up to, in meters, I think we go up over 2,500 meters. No?
Wow.
So the altimetry is really cool. Every day it's different.
Yeah, it looks like the change between all of the different landscapes that you guys go through.
Exactly. It's a really fun event. No, it's a very fun rally. No, it's not the toughest. No, it's a nice event to come down with your buddy, with your family, visit Mexico, see its scenery, see its culture, have a blast on your dirt bike, and go back home with a smiley face on your
I'm looking at pictures right now online of Puerto Escondido, and I go, okay, yeah. Wow, yeah, this is amazing. Yeah. So, okay. So this is probably the most expensive thing I've ever done in my life, is have a podcast and talk to a bunch of people around the world. Now it's all right. Now I got to travel. Now I'm thinking, okay, well, time to add the coast to coast in February to the calendar. Yeah, no, this looks like a lot of fun. And especially, like, I really like the concept of what you're saying. It's like, if you're going to bring your family and you want to show your family about, traveling the world and what rally is, because that's part of Rally Raid. It's not just the whole adventure side of it, but it's the idea that you're going to travel and see new places. What you guys are doing, I think, is amazing. That, if you're going to have these tours and these things, that the people that you bring to the event can go out and enjoy and see the city and see different parts of the countryside. I mean, that's amazing. Now everybody gets to participate.
Exactly.
Nice. So I'll definitely, you guys are working on getting the website up and running, in both translated, so Spanish and English. We'll definitely get the links for that. Any important dates people should know for the Coast to Coast Rally?
Well, basically, just the event is from the 12th to the 17th. Right now, for the next month, we're going to have an early bird quota or price. We're going to have, after that, its normal price. And we're going to have, you can pay it in installments. And I think it's after December, the price goes up. It's like a late quota. So we're working on getting rental bikes. Nice. And that includes assistance, so that they can offer you a fly and ride package. And for the guys that are on close to the border with states, we're going to try and work a manner to whoever wants to bring their own bike down. We can do it. Like, for instance, right now here I'm at Coahuila, that I'm really literally I'm a couple hundred yards away from the border, and we offered the service for a trailer service for guys in Mexico City and surroundings to bring their bikes up here to the race, to Piedras Negras, and then back from where the race finishes. So that's what we want to offer to North Americans.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe be something that either meet at the border or wherever it is, and then
exactly. Yeah, meet to the border. Where we fill up the trailer. An enclosed trailer and or semi, and and then heads all the way escorted or totally secure, head down to Veracruz, and then back up from Puerto Escondido.
Nice, man. That's all right. So yeah, I'll start looking at flights. Go do some live podcast and coverage down there.
Awesome.
I think it was the Puerto Escondido part that got me.
Yeah. No, you can ask many guys who have come. Also, Carlos, the managing director at Sonora, has come. I tell you, Scott Brighton, Cindy came. Mike Johnson, Scotty Broman. But from Canada, that we've had also a few guys here. So yeah, it's I'll send you the YouTube links of our events from last year's, so people can check them out.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'll absolutely. I'll put them in the description, and then also start sharing some of that stuff, because I mean that's we have enough rallies now in our area in North America and all stuff. And yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit of traveling, but I promise traveling to Mexico for something like the coast to coast is a lot less expensive than traveling to Dakar.
Yeah.
So, if everybody wants to see some of the different parts of the world just that we have here in our own quote unquote backyard, I mean, I think this is a perfect thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing the details and hopefully trying to get down there.
Awesome.
So,
that's great.
Well, perfect. Well, I will let you get back. I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
If there's anything, and yeah, let's keep in touch. I definitely want to make sure we get everybody the information on the rally and keep them updated on your journey to Dakar. Awesome.
Well, thank you very much, Victor. Thank you, all the audience of Chasing Waypoints. Yeah. I'm here to help, to answer questions, and really eager to see you guys come down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get the website stuff, and then you have there's a contact page, right, where they can get a hold of you guys on the Coast to Coast website.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah,
perfect.
We have our Instagram page, webpage. Whoever can give me a call, send me a WhatsApp. Okay. I can help them out with all their questions.
Okay, excellent. Awesome. Well, Patrick, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you. Thank you, Victor.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Great.
All right. See you. Cheers. Bye. All right. So there you have it. So that was Patrick Reyes from the Coast to Coast Rally and a couple of Coahuila Rally. I know they were doing the Roadrunner Rally and a bunch of different stuff. And this is my I'm literally was trying to split my attention when we were talking at the end, and I'm looking at pictures of Puerto Escondido where the rally finishes, the Coast to Coast Rally. And I mean, yeah, like he was saying, big surf and just the beaches and all of that stuff is just absolutely amazing. So I feel like I'm going to start splitting the focus here. Okay. Part of the focus is going to be doing the podcast. And then the other focus is going to be trying to figure out how to travel to these events and being able to bring and take it in. And not only that, but I think also if there's a way to help coordinate with people that are interested in going to some of these events, and kind of help, not necessarily in the translation part of it, but just kind of get a feel for, what the organization is like and what are the options and stuff like that. Because you know what, for all of you guys that are listening and have been tuning in, I mean, I'm absolutely I'm at a loss for words for really describing, the feeling of everybody that's been jumping in and the participation and the comments that I'm getting and the feedback and all of that stuff. It's crazy. And everything is just so positive. And that I think is just a reflection of what this growing rally community is. But I think that we have enough events here on our side that we could spend a few years doing these events and traveling and seeing these places. I mean, I'll say it again, and I'm going to say it again another 50 times. When I have Baja legends that are telling me I've never been down this road in Baja, and it's literally in the northern part of the peninsula where they know every single rock and bush and stone and place to eat. And that's just, it says a lot. And so there's a lot of the world to see, a lot of this stuff to see, and it's all right here. And it's very different behind a road book. So if you think you've been down this road 1,000 times, you have, but this particular time you're going down it, it's going to be different. So I think that everybody that is interested in Rally Raid, if you're interested in really doing it, we're getting closer and closer and closer. I got some equipment stuff today for the Adventure Raid type deal. I think I got a solution for a very, very cost-effective odometer that we can use. So I want to try it out, and I want to make sure that it's going to work. I'll share some more details on it here shortly, but I'm stoked. I mean, there's a lot going on, so I'm looking forward to this. Again, if you guys got people that we need to talk to, we need to get information out there. If you guys got questions about getting into the Rally Raid side of things that might be holding you back, things you may not understand, that kind of stuff, reach out. If you have that question, there's other people that have that question, and you may be onto something that we need to discuss. The people that I talk to and everybody that we work with, I mean, there's such an amount of information that sometimes the little things get, glanced over because we're focused on other stuff. So the main thing about this whole journey that we've started with the Chasing Waypoints thing is getting more people into the Rally Raid side of things. So we're doing what we can, and I'm looking forward to helping more people and seeing that out there. Guys, rewind, check out some of the episodes. We've got the episodes with Eliseo Garcia from the NORA Racing Organization, Tony Palandrani and his story about how he got into rally. Chris Tabner, same thing, his story and getting into rally. Rewind way back, you'll hear episodes from Skylar Howes. We have Mason Klein on here. There's a bunch of people going on, and then I don't want to give too much away because I'm pre-recording this. But we've got another episode in the works that I'm recording this week that you guys may or may not have already heard. So with that being said, if you guys heard it, that's probably right now one of the most exciting episodes that to date. But that's unfair. Every episode is exciting, and I love talking to new people, meeting new people, and hearing their journey, because everybody in rally has got a different journey on how they arrived to getting to a road book. So with that being said, guys, we're going to change the closing line a little bit. Don't worry about it. It'll make sense when you get there. Just enjoy the ride. All right, that is a wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you heard. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and a bunch of others. Also, follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook under Chasing Waypoints, Instagram Chasing Waypoints _official, and of course, the YouTube under Chasing Waypoints. Hope everybody has a good week. We will see you guys for the next episode. Remember, shiny side up, and don't forget to tag us. We want to see where you guys are riding and what you guys are up to. Have a great week.